Here's Carl Drum Tech again, creating another video about haters here at Torrance High School, where I cultivated my talent for drumming. And it's like, you know, I always come back here and I always end up somehow talking about haters. It's kind of interesting to reflect back on my life and, you know, go from this, right, to now being Carl Drum Tech and being hated on. It's really interesting. So haters, this is for you, in your face. Alright, if you guys are finding me for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button. There's a red button down below that says subscribe. That way you are notified anytime I put out a new video in regards to marching arts, marching bands, drum lines, inner percussion, drum corps, all that good stuff. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single upload. Now also make sure that notification bell is ringing. That way for sure you will be notified anytime I put out a new video. So subscribe, make sure that notification bell is ringing, and let's get the video. Okay, so every once in a while I feel compelled emotionally to create a video about haters. And I do this because sometimes I get personally affected by said haters. And you know, I get friends all the time who get affected by it. You know, SDJ Malik, he gets hater comments like pretty much on a daily basis, okay? And it's like, sometimes get these hater comments too. And you know, I'll get the typical like troll haters. I'll get the typical like, you know, people who like, you know, will comment like these snide comments and remarks and stuff like that. I get it, it's fine, from the random people who have like, you know, 10 followers or something like that, right? But sometimes I'll get these hater comments from people who marched like a high-level group, where maybe like a few weeks ago I might have said like, I love what they're doing this year, they're a great drumline, I really look up to them, the members are awesome, and then they'll comment on my video like, you know, like whether it's like I suck on something or I'm just straight out wrong, not in a nice way, okay, just very direct, just like you are wrong, or like, you know, like okay, like, you know, some sarcastic comment like, okay, I guess we slice now and stuff, like and it's like, I know these people march these high-level groups because, hey, I look up your profile and I see, hey, you march such and such group, haha, like, you know, so it's like, all right, like it's fine, okay, and I get it. Sometimes, like, you know, the quality of my stuff isn't the greatest. Sometimes when I do these video blogs, I talk out of my ass, and sometimes I say things that are wrong because I don't, you know, really develop these ideas. I just talk, like, you know, based as, you know, I'm thinking it right now, just the way I'm doing this video right now, okay? And it happens. Sometimes, you know, I might say stuff that's wrong. Sometimes I might do stuff that's wrong. Sometimes I might play and it's not the highest quality. I'm concerned with quantity, and I don't warm up sometimes because I'm just so freaking busy. But I just put the content out there because it helps people out, and you know, like and people like it, right, for the most part. Now I get it, I'll take whatever comes with it, and I know it's part of the territory, but it's like, really, bro? Like, you know, you act like that? Do you act like that in person? Do you act like that as somebody who I expect more of in terms of, like, you know, you march a high-level group? Aren't you supposed to be like a better human being? Like, and being a part of being a better human being is like, when you interact with somebody, there's a certain decorum, there's a certain like etiquette, right, that you should have the way that you would when you meet somebody in person in real life. But somehow online you have license to be a dick. And it's like, it doesn't matter how high of a group you've marched or how long you've marched or what kind of experience you have. Some people just feel like they need to act like a dick online, okay? Now, another type of person, or another type of commenter that I get is like, you know, somebody who I might have helped before in the past, or like, you know, hey, like, you know, I'm trying to build my channel, and like, could you please help me out and stuff like that? And I'll say, sure, I'll share their stuff, you know, I'll shout it out, and then, you know, later on they'll be like, they'll comment on my stuff like, I can't believe this video has so many views, or they'll say like, you know, or straight up sarcastically, you know, why I'm wrong on certain things, and it's like, really, bro? I thought we were cool. I did you that favor, and you act like that? Like that, you know, I feel like that's not cool at all. And you know, it's really interesting that I get that. And what's really interesting is that sometimes I get these comments from people who are like, who've marched at the highest level, they've marched so many years, maybe they're instructors now, maybe like, you know, they've just been really successful in the activity. And then like, they'll make comments like, hey Carl, like, you know, I know you have a big platform, I know you influence a lot of young kids out there, a lot of young minds, and you know, take this for what it's worth. I'm gonna give you this piece of advice that could help you out. And it's like, you know, because you're helping out so many people, you're influencing so many people. How does that translate? That translates to, you know, you suck on this thing, you know, and you're influencing so many people on so many of the wrong things. Here, let me give you this thing because I don't want you corrupting, you know, the activity. Like, that's how I interpret it. And I come up with that interpretation because again, when people give unsolicited critique, okay, they're not doing it to help people. And I will say it over and over again. If you tell me that you're doing it because you're helping, you are lying to yourself. You're lying to me. That's not what you're doing, okay? You're doing it because you want to do it for you, your ego, right? Like, you can't stand it that sometimes some people like put themselves out there and, you know, maybe they get a successful following, and then they're doing something that you don't agree with, or, you know, they're sucking on something and they're influencing the youth. They're influencing so many people, and you don't want them steered the wrong way because you have this vision of how they're supposed to be educated, about how they're supposed to be, like, you know, influenced. So you're gonna put yourself in there because you want your way to somehow make it to those young minds. Does that make sense? That's how I interpret it, okay? Now, I could be wrong, and it's fine. And it's fine if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong, okay? If you're one of those people who, like, you know, who gave me one of those messages, tell me I'm wrong, all right? And then let's have a conversation about it. I'm okay with being wrong, okay? I'm okay with, like, you know, because like I said, like, I do make mistakes. I'm not perfect, and, you know, I'm not the best drummer in the world. I know that. I know I'm not the best teacher in the world. I know that. I know I'm not, like, the biggest influencer in the world. I know that, okay? But at the same time, it's like, let's have a conversation. Get to know me first. Like, let's talk and see how we can learn from each other. And that's the thing. It's like, you know, my message to you, and I'm not just trying to make it like, you know, oh, poor Carl Drum Tech, he gets all these hater comments, please feel pity on me. That's not what I'm trying to do, okay? I'm trying to educate people when I make these videos. And the thing that, you know, you can learn from this is that if you are of that mindset of a hater, where you just feel like you want to comment on somebody else's video, right? And I've had this conversation where, like, somebody will say they hate a certain influencer, they don't understand why they're getting so many views, so many followers, and, like, they just don't like how this person's doing it. Like, maybe it's like a bad technique, or just they're not very good, or something like that, right? And it's like, I don't understand, like, you know, I just don't like that this person is, like, you know, doing very well and stuff like that. And I just tell them, don't focus on that, right? Like, at the end of the day, okay, the market's gonna dictate who gets follows, who gets likes. It is what it is, okay? But you can't focus on that. If you focus on that, you're focusing on the wrong things. You need to focus on yourself, bettering yourself. And if you want to do something, like, you do it, right? And it's like you create influence in your own way, or you be as great as you possibly can without taking focus away from what you should be focusing on, right? If you're focusing on hating on somebody else, you're not doing the right thing. You're not focusing on the right thing, and it's gonna hinder you from actually becoming great. Does that make sense? Successful people don't have time to hate. They don't hate, right? And there's a reason for that. Number one, they're too busy. Okay, they're too busy being successful that they literally, like, don't have time to comment on somebody's video like, I think that sucks. Like, you know, they're not gonna do that, right? And the other thing is, like, you know, they're just not gonna give you unsolicited advice because it's like, you know, first of all, they probably don't wanna share, okay? But the other thing is, like, you know, why do that? It's like, what do they have to prove, right? They don't have anything to prove to anybody. They're already successful. Why do they have to say, like, you know, I'm better, so therefore I'm gonna give you some advice? Like, you know, you get what I'm saying, right? Successful people don't do that. Successful professionals don't do that. Like, just take a look around, right? You'll see this. You'll see that successful people don't act in this way. They don't have this type of behavior, right? And it's like only the people who are kind of like, you know, kind of middling through, kind of, you know, like floating on by, like, you know, and maybe they're successful in their own way in certain things. I'm not trying to dog on these people, but at the same time, it's like, if you really want to try to elevate yourself, you should try to learn from people who are successful at certain things, right? Why don't you try to see what they're doing right, what they're doing well, and see what you can learn to better yourself. Yeah, maybe they're not the best at everything, but maybe there's something you can learn if you build a rapport with them, if you become friends with them, if you get to know them on a human level. Maybe you can learn something from these individuals and elevate your game in life, okay? And, you know, do great things, and, like, you know, take off that, you know, ceiling of, you know, unrealized potential. Take off that ceiling and really go to new heights, because you're learning from successful people. And that's the other thing too. Successful people, right, they are learning all the time, and they're learning from other successful individuals. They're not hating on them, they're learning from them, okay? So do not be of that mentality of hating on other people. That's a waste of your time, and it's not the right thing to do in terms of, like, if you want to grow yourself. What you need to do, okay, and I'll tell this to anybody, I'll tell it to their face. If you want to be successful in life, you have to learn from other successful people. You don't have time to hate. You can't hate, okay? So what's the lesson here today, right? There's two lessons really. One, okay, hate is a bad thing. You don't want to do that. You don't want to have that mentality. It's going to hold you back in life. But hate, the other lesson, it can be a good thing. Now, if you are receiving hate the way that, like, let's say SCJ Malik is.
Less than 10 seconds left. I already shattered my old record. I haven't dropped one single stick. So I think this should be a Guinness Book of World Record. 250 beats. But you know, since some of you guys like to slow down my videos because you think they're sped up, repeated clips are fake.
It means that you're doing big things. It means that you are becoming successful. It means that you have a target on your back. You're literally in a position to put yourself out there, have more exposure because people are seeing what you're doing well, right? It's like if, like, for example, like, you know, you're successful. That means that maybe you end up with a big house. Okay, hey, big houses get a lot of attention, right? And that's gonna be a target for possibly hate. Like, oh, that person must have inherited it, or, you know, I don't like the color of that house, or I don't like the design of it, like, you know, or oh, like, you know, this person just got lucky. They probably won the lottery. Like anybody will find a reason to hate on anything, okay? But then if you are successful, right, you have a big house now all of a sudden, you are a target of hate because now you have all this like stuff, right? That's just like, that's an outward manifestation of everything that you've done in your life where you become successful, and people are just gonna hate on it, and that's what it is. But that means that you're either, you know, on your way to success or you're already successful and people are hating on you. So that's a good thing. It's an indicator of your growth. It's an indicator of where you are in life. So, you know, strive, okay? And I'm gonna start actively saying this. Strive to get people to hate you, right? If you get people to hate on you, that means you're doing good things. That means you are successful. And I myself need to buy into that mentality of like, yo, if I got like 14 haters, I gotta find a way to get to 20, because like that means that I'm doing big things. And the bigger I get, the more haters I get.
Just saying, live your motherfucking life. You gotta get your motherfucking hustle. Understand niggas is gonna hate you regardless. Get that out of your head, that fantasy world where niggas ain't hating on you. You gotta be grateful. You need haters. What the fuck is you complaining about? What the fuck do you think a hater's job is? To fucking hate. So let them motherfuckers do their goddamn job. What the fuck is you complaining about? Ladies, if you got 14 women hating on you, you need to figure out how the fuck to get to 16 before the summer get here. The fuck is you mad about? Fellas, if you got 20 haters, you need 40 of them motherfuckers. What is you complaining about? If there's any haters in here right now that don't have nobody to hate on, feel free to hate on me. Sit back there and say my hair ain't luxurious when you know it is, bitch.
That's what I want. But at the same time, okay? And I say this because, like, I think hate as a culture is not going to go away. Hate is a thing in the marching arts, and if you don't think that's a thing, you're lying. You're lying to yourself. You're in total denial. That is a thing. And sometimes people, like, you know, I don't want to say there's bad people in the activity, but I say there's bad mindsets in the activity. That's why I'm here. That's why I create these videos, because I want to talk about it. Nobody talks about it, right? Nobody else talks about it. Who else talks about it? By Carl Drumtech, right? So it's like I want to shine a light on it to show people that, you know, hey, there's bad mentalities out there. Let's get rid of it. Let's learn from it, and let's move forward and improve the activity. Okay, so that, and you know, what was I saying? I don't know, right? It's like sometimes, like I said, these half-baked ideas, I just kind of talk and talk and talk, and I don't know sometimes where I'm at. But let's just say this, okay? Let's end with this. Okay, hate can be a bad thing. Okay, so don't fall into that trap. Don't fall into that mindset. Okay, and I will have a conversation with anybody who thinks I'm wrong about anything. Leave it in the comments below. Let's have a conversation. DM me, email me, whatever. Okay, let's talk. Maybe I'll come up with a follow-up video where I say I'm wrong. It happens. That has happened before. Okay, and I'm down to like level with you as a human being. Right? Let's talk. Okay, and then like at the same time, okay, because hate as a culture, right, not just in the activity but in the world in general, is never going to go away. You should strive to get hated on. If you get hated on, that means that's an indicator that you're doing well in life. You have a big house, you're gonna be a target, and people are gonna hate on it for many different reasons. People will hate on anything for any reason. It's just what it is. Okay, it's just how human beings are. It's how we're built. But if you want to get on that higher level, right, you don't have time to hate. You can't hate. Like, you want to learn from successful people, not hate on them, okay? So cool. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I know this was a little bit long, but it was a little bit, you know, it's like a passion thing for me to kind of, you know, put my heart out there and just to say that, you know, hey, yeah, sometimes I get affected by haters, but at the same time, like, I want to, you know, figure out a mindset that's going to help out everybody, not just me, right? So cool, guys. If you like this video, do me a huge favor, hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comments below. If you have not subscribed yet, I create all these like cool little videos that, you know, get you thinking, hopefully. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single upload. And if you feel like this video could help somebody else out, maybe you see one of your friends like, you know, wasting their time, hating on other people's videos, share this video with them, okay? Now, guys, again, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much if you've been a subscriber. If you like this video, if you left a comment, I really appreciate that. I'll see you guys on the next video, and you should totally watch more of my videos by clicking over here and subscribing over here. Peace. Catch you guys on the next video.